Hey everyone, I want to help people who have been divorced or going through divorce or contemplating divorce. And one aspect of it, um, outside of the courts and everything, that you will face primarily if you have children. And I want to talk about the fact that I got divorced when my daughters were 8 and 9 years old, 9 and 10, etc., etc. And a lot of primarily mothers, or people who have primary custody of their children, have this certain sense of responsibility to set a good example or ensure their children have a very quiet home, sense of normalcy, sense of stability, etc. And I think with me, and I think a lot of women, we feel that we can't date or have a life outside of our children because we want to make sure our children don't feel neglected or that we're putting someone else before them or whatever the case is. But I want to talk about the fact that, when I got divorced, it was many years ago. So this is like 20 years ago. And I remember my ex-husband only saw the children when I worked. So it was never like nights, weekends, holidays, etc. But I don't know what he did, but he was out doing his thing, whatever the case is. And, he dated or met other people and things like that. And it seems like, to me, it seems like it's okay for the non-custodial parent to go and have a life and to go and date and do whatever they do. But for the custodial parent, especially for being a woman, the world and your ex's family, if they're bitter or whatever the case is, will shame you into a certain form of submission because they expect a woman to be virginal, prim and proper, not have sex, not have a life, not whatever the case is. There's a certain sort of discord when it comes to divorce and having children. And that's why I feel custody should be 50-50. I feel that parents should, friends of the parents should support one another and possibly step in to say, you know what, if your ex isn't around, or like my ex, he wasn't around, other people can step in and say, you know what, let me give you a break. Let me make sure that you have an opportunity to go have time for yourself, to still get out and do things and have fun. Because it is so very difficult when your identity is only, quote unquote, being a mom, raising your children is centered around that. It is so very difficult to break free from living under other people's rules or thumbs. It is so hard. And so the problem is if you're getting divorced and you haven't been in a good marriage for a long time, and then you meet someone really nice, you're torn because you want to see that person and spend time with them, but everyone else will tell you you shouldn't or you can't, or how dare you because you're a mom. So I just want to say that I feel it's really important for people to have social lives outside of their children. Whether you go to the gym, take a class, meet new friends, join new groups, get new hobbies, do something for yourself. Having a life outside of your children is really important, and not just because your children grow up someday and they have families of their own, but it gives you a sense of validation, sense of importance. It gives you, you're a pizza, so you want to have different pieces in your life that fill you and give you satisfaction. And just because you're getting a divorce doesn't mean you don't have needs. I don't think you should, maybe bring a whole bunch of people home, but I think it's also important your children see that you have friends, see you mirror positive relationships, see you in a new light, see you in a positive light. that's just the way it is. So that's all I wanted to talk about, is that if you're in a situation where you're getting a divorce, or you're recently divorced, or you're in the dating pool, you have to really write down a list of things that are really important to you. And you have to forego sharing your dating life, either with your children, with your ex, with, a lot of people. Just have one trusted friend you talk to, so that you can bounce things off of them. So when you step back into the pool, you have someone that you can run things by in case you get into a sticky situation, or you end up being with someone who maybe isn't your cup of tea, or maybe, you need to break free from. So that's all you need to do. But keep everything to yourself. Don't share anything with your ex. Just make sure you gauge who you have around your children. And when they're gone, go have fun. And there's nothing wrong with you getting a babysitter if you want to go on a date. Nothing wrong with it. I think it's a great idea. But, that's the way it is. So just want to talk about that. And that's just my word of wisdom for today. So anyways, I'll talk with you later. Bye-bye.